Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Skald against the Black Priory. As today, we investigate some shades of gray. Though, I will say, given everything we've been through, everything we've seen, it is tough to say just how much of the Reaver's nonsense that Farron would actually be willing to tolerate. But, we'll make the approach, we'll see what Oleg has to say for himself. At least give him a chance. Though, before we do anything, we've got a level up in the queue. And yeah, after looking at our options, there's not really a lot of directions for Roland to go, so we will continue honing his edge. We'll go ahead and bank another +1 to hit, and our first rank of Blade Finesse. And with that, we push on. We'll make the approach on Oleg the Grey, then I think we'll focus on filling out the rest of the sewers. You spot a pair of Reavers dressed in a bizarre assortment of ragged robes, hoods, and antlered masks, guarding the gate to what appears to be a decrepit villa. The pair notices you, and they grin cruelly as they heft their weapons, before suddenly stopping. The antlered man leans in and whispers in the hooded one's ear. Their grins fade. Ivan looks tense and whispers out of the corner of his mouth. We got lucky before. These madmen are not to be trifled with, and we will do well to employ some cunning in dealing with them. Roland chimes in. Little man's right. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, but we are few and we don't know their true numbers yet. Yeah, we'll play it cool, see how this goes. You're welcome to our lodge. Oleg is waiting for you inside. He's been expecting you. Oh? Is that so? You mustn't tarry. Oleg very much wishes to speak with you. Well, I've got to say, I wasn't expecting an open invite. What can you tell me about my, gracious host? Oh, yeah. Oleg's a great man. The father might have forgotten it, but he's the oldest of us. It was him who pulled the tablets out of the depths, and he's still their keeper. And as long as he is, his word carries more weight than any of us. The father would do well not to forget that. Tablets, you say? I'd love to know more about those. The whispering tablets. Ones that came up in our nets. From the deep and the mother herself. The ones that make you... The other Reaver grabs his arm and he catches himself. Best you see Oleg. He'll tell you all you needs to know. Oh, interesting. What else can you tell me about Oleg? He sounds pretty incredible. The man smiles serenely. No need. Oleg himself is waiting for you inside. Go to him now. Right, yeah, sure, of course. Though I had one other question, if you don't mind. How exactly did you know to not attack us? Did he describe us, or is there just something else about us? The men look puzzled. Attack you? Why would we? Oleg says not to, and his words come from the depths themselves. He had the tablets even before the father came to us. Right, yeah, okay, so... Not much else to glean from these guys. Guess we'll have to go talk to the big guy himself. Yeah, you will. Oleg is waiting for you inside. The man offers a toothless grin. Okay, so 2 on entrance. Fairly sizable front yard. arrow barrel up top, which does imply we can get up on this wall. Butter, spices, and gold. Sure, we'll take them. Weird place to keep your butter, but, hardly the strangest thing we've seen since we got here. And there he be, Oleg the Grey. Plus a 5-man honor guard. So 7 total plus Oleg. Let's not stand on the bloody chum. An old man, graying but endowed with a physique sculpted by a lifetime of hard manual labor, looks up at you as you approach. A smile of genuine surprise spreads warmly across his face, in a manner that stands in stark contrast to the grotesque surroundings. Ah, you came! I most certainly have not, but you were expecting me? Your coming was whispered. Stop, please. Such are the blessings of the deafs. Cast your nets and receive the bounty. All my life I've been at sea, wind and rain and frozen fingers. And let me tell you, them imperial hymns never did me any good. 'Twasn't afore we started using the old incantations that the deep started rewarding us. And reward me it did. The whispering tablets came to me. That's where we first received the deep word, and that's where I heard of your coming. I hate you. Right, the whispering tablets. I'd love to know more about those. Aye, the words of the deep, written in stone, given to me and me alone. Those two upstarts, Kala and that butcher, covet it, and even the father himself pretends he no longer needs it. No longer needs me. A flash of anger comes across the face of the kindly old man. But I'll remind them. I'll make the father remember. Oh, do tell. Sister Kala and Brother Butcher have lost their way. All the bloodshed has gone to their heads, and they've strayed, lost their way. Meanwhile, the father has gone to the keep to begin the holy work. He's left it to me to put my wayward siblings right, or put them down, like diseased dogs. And let me guess, you're hoping I might help you with that? It does not matter what I think. The tablets whispered, and here you are. Before this is over, you will have much more blood on your hands. So much more blood. Go to them, tell them to return to the family or suffer the consequences. The butcher is culling the flock in front of the temple, and you'll find Kala holding court at the east end of the docks. Begone now, and do not return until you are done. Well, hold up. If I'm going to help you with this, I need a bit more information. What? My patience is limited. Well, about those tablets you mentioned. Yes? I would love to get a look at them. Oleg chuckles fatherly. Oh, my, no. They are for me and me alone. They lie in darkness, safe and untouched by the filth of my wayward siblings. Darn. Okay, well, can you at least tell me about them? I'd love to know more. The man eyes you suspiciously. They're none of your fucking business is what they are. They came to me, and me alone. It was my nets that caught them, and my boat that carried them ashore. Not the butcher, not Kala, and not even father himself. Me! Oleg wipes a drop of sweat from his brow. Now, you best get going. He offers a polite, slight smile. Well, hold on. I still have some other questions. About your siblings. What about them? Well, I just wanted to know what to expect. Tell me about Kala. Kala the Red, right? Ah, sweet little sister Kala. She and her brood caught more of the prey than any other. Snipped them out from their cellars and attics and cupboards, and sent them to father, though he only takes the fit. The very young and very old were left for her to play with. Oleg chuckles genially. I fear she's grown bored and lazy now that there's hardly more prey to be had. She just sits around and stews over in the pack house on the docks now. It's time she was reminded that she has a role to play yet. Right. And what about the butcher? He sounds like a real peach. Oh, the butcher's a good boy, but he's truly gone astray. Blood drunk, I say. I've seen it before. Once you taste the flesh and blood and guts of the weak, your hands just start going by themselves. Becomes like gutting fish. Knife in, knife out. Oleg smiles broadly as he imitates a sawing motion with his hand. But the father still needs him. The tablets are whispering it to me. Seek him out in front of the temple, over in the western part of town, and tell that to him. Sure, yeah, I will certainly do that. And what about this father you keep mentioning? What about him? A shadow falls over Oleg's face. Father is a great man. I was the one who received the word from the deep, but Father was the one who was truly chosen. I won't lie. I was jealous. I hated him for it. The tablets came to me, after all. Why was he the one to receive the gift? That's a good question. I would also like to know, what exactly is he trying to accomplish? He sighs. Then again, his work is so important. So beautiful, even I cannot begin to comprehend it. And we must all play our part in it. My siblings will fall in line, and you have been chosen for the task. Oh, do not worry. You'll meet him soon enough, and all will be made clear. It is whispered. Cool. Well, I certainly look forward to that. I'll be on my way then. Oleg's right to rule. Which I take it is part of retaking Haran. We've got a door on left, but they're blocking it. But we can also see a trap door in there, so obviously there's a way up from below. Likely the secret door Jack hinted at earlier. Oh, we've got a chest out back. Let's see if we can find our way around. Perhaps we'll find a way up onto the wall, too. Aha! Oh, hello. Huh. We have multiple talkable NPCs inside, but there's no obvious way into this building. Not even a trapdoor like we saw over in Oleg's place. Interesting. Nothing notable in the chest, though we are running perilously low on picks now. And no way to the wall. Perhaps that can only be reached through Oleg's back room, but we'll hold off on We'll hold off on provoking him for now. I mean, obviously, long-term, we're not going to work with him. He and both of his quote-unquote siblings are going to meet an end. But for now, we'll bide our time, gather intel, seek tactical advantages. That said, let's start securing the sewers. Start clearing the place out, see if we can find Jack's badge, investigate that potential secret door. Jack? Obviously, we've got some trash mobs down here. Jack told us as much. But it does sound like it's pretty much run-of-the-mill vermin. Rats, giant centipedes. Nothing we can't handle. Honestly, I think our biggest challenge here is just going to be not getting lost. Let's clear these guys real quick, then we'll investigate. Looks like some sort of makeshift camp, which obviously met a grisly end. Oh, interesting. So it circles around. Noted. Minor ding on Drina. No big deal. We'll see if we can set up a top off with Ivan. Yeah, just kind of shuffle around. Soften. Hold for a sec. I'm worried we'll kill it with our next hit. Oh, no, that's perfect. Hang tight. Ivan, anytime now, bud. Brought to heel. Very modest XP gain, minor gold. And not much to see here, it would seem. Just a sleeping bag amidst the carnage in case we decide to rest our head. Which, yeah, you know, we'll pass on that for the time being, thanks. And more centipedes. Barely a speed bump. Chest back right. Oh, right. Wish they'd make it a little clearer when you switch from one character to the next. And we're good. All right, let's see what we've got here. We're down to what, 2 picks now? Might have to head for the Rat Queen's lair sooner rather than later. Ooh, speaking of which, a Lapis Ring of Thievery. We will absolutely take that. Well done, Cat. You really know how to pick them. Centipedes. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is actually a bit of a fight. Though not much of one. Just slight complications. We've got 5 range-based foes. A raid on the far side of 2 choke points. So we will position accordingly. Squishier targets tucked behind. Drina will start circling wide, while the rest carve around counterclockwise. We'll probably have Cat hang back on this one. See, if and when we do finally get around to resting, it'll likely be because someone finally gets injured. We've just managed to avoid it thus far. No one ever gets through our vitality. Aside from that one time all the way back in the prologue. Though even then, we did see level ups clear that, so yeah, it is kind of weird the way those two systems intermix. Not sure they really thought that one through. I mean, I would still rest, even if just for flavor, but I keep worrying there are time-sensitive elements to the game, you know? The fact that it actually tracks the passage of time certainly seems to imply it. But, you know, we will see. Oh, shoot, right, yeah, that's, I thought that was passable terrain, but I can see now. That's just an open sewage canal. That's fine, we're good. Target's clear. Okay, so Yeah. Sorry, just trying to keep a clear map of what we've been through thus far in my head. So where exactly is that potential secret door? We haven't pinged anything. Though I did ultimately end up setting my awareness slower than originally intended, so it's possible we just don't have sufficient awareness. Which would be a bummer. Though he also mentioned it would be near fungus. I don't know if we clearly see slime and mold, but perhaps we should keep an eye out for something a bit more blatant. Wait, where does this one go up? Oh, okay. Wow, we are way farther west than I thought. Yeah, this is just north of where we met, Corey. Okay, let's refocus back east. Try to get relative positioning below Oleg's villa. Oh, wait, hold on. Someone just straight up drew directions on the wall. Jack, don't mind us. And another arrow. Where are you? Oh, okay, I see. Yes, that is pointing us towards the Rat Queen's court. Let's break off. Rats. Yeah, it's nothing. Just another chance to top off real quick. I do appreciate that, even though they do frequently throw trash mobs at you, it's generally pretty quick. There's a lot to be said for the game's fast-paced combat system. My only real quibble is that, aside from generally feeling a little too easy, is that the combat log isn't super functional. There is a log, but opening it essentially blots out the rest of the screen, which unfortunately I do think is one of those cases where their adherence to the retro aesthetic really does kind of work against them. There are certain elements of the 8-bit era that effectively handicap the game when it comes to modern user friendliness. Which, is a bold choice. How are we doing on arrows? Good for now. There's our badge. Let's get a gander, see if there's any sinister secrets to unearth. Sewerjack's badge, a small brass badge belonging to a member of the glorious Imperial Sewer Patrol. Covered in filth. Fair enough. Not really sure what I was expecting, but, doesn't hurt to check. And here we go. Okay. A sudden draft catches your attention. It cuts across the path in a way that seems unnatural. considering the design of the area. Right. There's our secret door. So where does this go? That is the first normal door we've seen down here. Oh, makeshift living area. Okay. Perhaps the sewer jack's quarters. Not too far from where Jack lost his badge. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yet more rats, nothing to worry about. Let's take them out. We can also just make out a chest, bottom right. Nice. Looks like storage. Disease on Drina, mild annoyance, but easily handled. Trying to set up for a top off here. Ah, come on, man. Disease clear. And we're good. Level up on Ivan. Nice. Let's see what we got. Don't think I had any specific plans for this one, but Okay. Let's sink 1 point into Bread for War. Unlock that next tier. And then we'll sink our other 2 points into Ranger Initiate. Push towards Magnificent Takedown. That'll be a +1 damage boost in the short term. Alright, let's see what else we've got here. Ugh, that's our last pick. Alright, what have we got? Well, okay, you know what? We will take that. We are now okay on picks, at least for a little while longer. So I suppose we can forestall our approach on the black market. Right, so this spits us out back near the arrows we passed earlier. So let's push back up towards that secret door. See what's going on with that. We do need to be careful here, though, because I don't want to accidentally aggro Oleg earlier than we have to. Jack? But if we can get our hands on those tablets, that would give us an awful lot more leverage, or at least a bit more intel. It would also be nice to find a way up onto that wall, or to get into that sealed building just behind his. Yeah, so let's go ahead and crack this open. Oh, we've got someone to talk to. The robed cultists stop dead in their tracks as they spot you. You're not supposed to be here. Come here so I can gut you. I mean, I'm happy to go over there, but I'm just saying Oleg might be a bit upset if he finds out you killed his new allies. Ooh, close. The Reavers appear taken aback, not knowing what to say. Instead, they say nothing, whirl around, and clamber up the ladder, leading to the surface. Oh shit, okay, well, you know what? It might have actually been better if we had killed them. We have a path down. Interesting. The underhalls. Interesting. Well, this is unexpected. I was not... Oh, also level up for Cat. Nice. Shoot, I'm not sure we should be down here. I am not sure of anything, but let's go ahead and get a gander at this level up. What were we doing with her? There was something I had in mind I earmarked last time. Oh, yes, that was it. Crippling finesse. Yeah, we want that injury chaser on our backstabs. So 2 ranks into Backstab Master, and... let's say the last into one of these 2. +1 blade damage. That will do. And against my better judgment, let's continue poking around. The underhalls. Someone said something about underhalls to us earlier, I think. I just do not, for the life of me, recall what. I know we've heard that term before. What is that? Ah, bats. Nice. Haven't seen those in a while. Nothing to worry about. These things are fairly fragile. Yeah, we're fine. Go for a top off. Nice. You know who I think mentioned the Underhalls to us was actually Zara. I think she told us the Rat Queen's court was in the Underhalls. I would not have expected to find it guarded by Reavers, though. And we've got giant leeches. Nice open battlefield for once. Should be able to make short work of them. Oh, yeah, definitely. We have a worked stone hallway south. Bleeding on Drina. We really need to bump up her combat skills. Oof. That bleeding's actually pretty nasty. I will not neglect it. Set for a top off. Ah, close. But I'll take the Inspire. One more. Let's be careful with this one. Careful. Careful. Oh, one more. Perfect. All right, Ivan, you got this. Silly leeches. Don't you guys know you suck? And let's fill out the rest of the natural caverns before we get into those worked tunnels. You emerge into a large, natural cavern, and your senses are immediately assaulted by the stench of human filth. Ahead in the darkness of the cave, you see dozens of shambling forms, milling purposely about. They don't appear to notice you. Drina walks up to one of the wretches and examines her grimy face. I know this woman. She used to live in Haran. By the Golden, it is as if their minds are broken. The woman offers no sign of understanding and simply shambles away. At the far side of the roiling mass of filthy bodies, you spot another barred door, and from beyond it, a strange, lambent glow seems to be emitting. Okay, well, you know what? This feels like it might be a good place to call it. I would have thought the tablets would be kept in Oleg's back room, but it is entirely possible we've just inadvertently stumbled upon them here, in these underhalls. And what we might be looking at here are people who failed to come through the transition to Reaver intact. Or perhaps they're Reavers yet to be, or perhaps they're just deliberately broken to serve as sacrifices or food supplies. We did see Reavers feeding a corpse eater not too long ago. That said, I think whatever is beyond that door has a fairly good chance of turning Oleg against us prematurely. So I am going to have to think long and hard on whether or not it's worth delving in there at this point in time. I mean, ultimately, he is going to end up dead one way or another. I would just prefer to gather as much lore as possible before it actually happens. But, you know, I am also very curious about what's beyond that door, so yeah, we'll hit the pause button for now. I am going to think on that, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie B23, Revenant, Alois, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.